Good morning. Welcome to the home of the Calgary Unitarians. Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are on your journey of faith or search for meaning, welcome. If you are visiting for the first time or the first time in a long time, know that we are grateful to have you virtually with us. We come together in beloved community to grow in wisdom, welcome and deepen relationships, and act for a just and sustainable world. My name is Lucy, my pronouns are she and her, and I will be bridging to youth in the fall. This church is special to me because I have fun with my friends. We acknowledge that our church stands on the traditional territories of the people of the Blackfoot Confederacy, comprising the Siksika, Piikani, and Kainai First Nations, as well as the Tsuut'ina First Nation and the Stoney Nakoda, including the Chiniki, Bearspaw, and Wesley First Nations of the Treaty 7 region of southern Alberta. The city of Calgary is also home to the Métis Nation of Alberta, Region 3. We acknowledge that we are all treaty people.
We light this chalice for our children and youth and for us, celebrating the flame of faith lit in each of us, honoring the light each of us bring into the world, rejoicing in the community we create together.
Good morning, everyone, on this fine Sunday morning. It's lovely to see you. Today's service is going to be a little bit different. It's been pre-recorded like they do in Montreal because the youth have all recorded their own videos to show you what they've been up to during this time of pandemic, what they hope for, for societal change, and what they're most looking forward to when we can all physically meet together again. And they've also shared a piece of their favorite music. And so we heard the first one during our prelude from Malcolm, the song Memories. So thank you, Malcolm. And I also want to give a shout out to Lucy, our Bridging Youth, for that lovely welcome. Lucy's going to be bridging into youth this September. And before we get started though, I do have one announcement from the board. They're looking for someone to help out with the summer emails, 2 to 3 people. And it's about a 1-hour training session. And if you're interested, just contact Martha directly at office@calgaryunitarians.ca. And now for a window into their room, a youth perspective. And I wanted to start off by introducing our wonderful youth advisor, Holly Noel. She's written something here for me that I want to read to all of you. Our youth advisor selected and performs our opening song this morning. She immigrated to Canada from the United States and continues to follow the US news, as heartbreaking as that can be. And the ongoing tragedies of systematic racism in both the country of her nativity as well as her chosen home of Canada has inspired her to update this 1963 classic, Blowing in the Wind. And the words will come up on your screen, so feel free to sing along. And now for Holly Noel, everyone.
How many roads must a man walk down before you call him amen? How many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? Yes, and how many times must the tear gas fly before it is forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many years can a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea? Yes, and how many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? Yes, and how many times can we all turn our heads and pretend that we just do not see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many times must people look up before we can see the sky? How many years must each person have before we can hear people cry? Yes, and how many deaths will it take till we know that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many times must the protesters kneel before their point is made? How many cops get paid leaving us left before justice is paid? And how many deaths will it take till the time a new groundwork is laid? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
Good morning. My name is Holly Noel. My pronouns are she, her, and I have the amazing privilege of serving as youth advisor for our awesome Calgary Unitarians youth. Before I read you our opening words for this morning, which will be followed by a moment of silence for contemplation, I wanted to quickly explain how we do things in the youth room. One of our Unitarian Universalist principles, the fifth principle, reads, "The right of conscience and the use of the democratic process within our congregations and in society at large." Because of this, we have worked really hard to, whenever appropriate, let the youth make decisions for themselves that affect them, including, with a little guidance, setting their own rules for their space. In the youth room, one of these rules is that swearing is allowed as long as we don't use slurs, swear at each other, or use otherwise hurtful or harmful language. Which is why we often select our chalice readings from the Spiritual AF collection, 99 inspirational cards for people who need some inspiration. However, I was able to find a selection for today with no swears and appropriate for all ages. So I'll read you this card. It's a great example of the sorts of messages that we include with our chalice lighting each week. And we'll follow that with a moment of silence, followed by a musical selection. The card reads, "Be the person you needed when you were a kid." Did you need someone who protected you? Did you need unconditional love? Did you need more attention? Did you need praise? Did you need to know someone had your back? You're a big kid now, and you can do that for that little pipsqueak still living inside your ribcage.
Happy Sunday, and I'm so happy to be here with you all. First, I want to congratulate our dear youth on another annual service. As someone who has helped organize these for years, I know how hard it can be to step up and be on display for all of the community to see. Though we are living in historic times, it's lovely that this tradition has been maintained. I'm so happy we're able to come together. That's what I love the most about the youth room, coming together in community. In the process of coming together, we are called to practice our values of making space, helping each other however we can, and taking care of the delicate threads that connect us. There's an inner connection, a web binding our beloved community, and the youth room exemplifies that. I have been attached to the youth program for years, first as the youth advisor, then in a more supporting role. While I have stepped back to make room for other Kasners to experience the magic of youth programming, I still value the opportunities I have to contribute and to support the space. What I appreciate the most is the intentionality of the youth room, the intentionality of coming together, building a covenant, and knowing we all have to get along somehow. This energy has fueled the last 14 weeks of my sheltering in place experience. As my world shrank, as I went from a person who has always been on the move, out and about with somewhere to go, to someone who has struggled to feel comfortable living in my bunker, I had to reconsider how I live in community. In the process of my world shrinking, I have found myself focusing on the immediates. Immediate priorities, getting Team Kasner settled, coming back to the table as a family, and making some agreements about how we share our space. We're all in this bunker, but the real question is, who's cleaning the bathroom and how often? In my cozy condo, how do we talk without censoring ourselves? How are we honest and express our anxiety and all the vulgarness that goes with it while being respectful? How do we swear with each other and not at each other? In the process of learning to coexist in this cozy space without the reprieve of going to work or school or the gym, I was reminded of the importance of covenant, of checking in, of being gentle with each other, of it being okay to take a pass when we just can't participate. These were all the immediate priorities. The immediate next steps were more about planning, making masks, understanding what the transition to a new normal looks like, working on feeling comfortable leaving the bunker. In the process of realizing there isn't a switch being flipped to go back to the way things were after a week or two of disruption, we, as Team Kasner, were called to think about what it looks like to be in this new normal. And in that moment, we had a chance, we still have a chance, to think about how we work as a family. We are called to think about what stepping up and stepping back looks like as we participate, and make plans as a family, not just one person dominating activities. And we have our immediate circles. In being sequestered to the bunker, our circles of human contact contracted to just us. And yet we have people outside the family island, so dear. So technology then helped us extend those circles. Yes, it takes effort. Yes, it takes intention, a lot of scheduling, but my days are richer for being able to connect. There's now an extra scoop of intentionality, nurturing our beloved threads of relationship in this time of physical distancing. Technology has pivoted to relationship management, to enable relationship management, instead of serving as an escape hatch. Being intentional in our space, checking in, holding space for each other's emotional bubbles, stepping up, stepping back as needed, using technology, not being distracted by it, building and fine-tuning covenant as a living document to help navigate being together. These are all concepts I spent years associating with UU youth culture. And these are historic times. The tinderbox of revolutionary actions fueled by oppression and injustice that is happening right now. The sad sickness of a world paused by pandemic. And the curtain drawn back by how this pandemic shows inequalities at every level. Even the basics of how each of us weather this storm casts light on the cracks in our system and our social safety nets. Yet we are complex creatures, and we can hold that sadness while being grateful for what we've learned because of it. As I move forward, I don't want to go back. I look forward to Alberta opening up, the world waking up. And in this new normal, I hope to keep these lessons I have learned as a part of my beloved web. I will continue to appreciate what I've learned from UU youth culture and continue to support it. And I end with these words from Holly Near's song, I Am Willing. She sings, "Give me a mighty oak to hold my confusion. Give me a desert to hold my fears. Give me a sunset to hold my wonder. Give me an ocean to hold my tears." Thank you, and have a nice day.
My name is Elizabeth Kasner, or Libby Kasner, and I am part of the youth program. One of the questions that there's 3 questions, and one of them is what I've been doing during this pandemic. Well, one of them, I decided to move rooms to the upstairs because it's just better up here, I guess. This is just like a little snippet of my room. I have my chakras, my happiness poster, I have my tapestries on my wall and on my roof, and I have my prayer flags. So that's just a snippet on my room. So I moved upstairs. The second thing I've been doing is I've been watching a lot of TV, but like Disney movies. I'm not very talented when it comes to being or I'm not crafty, I guess, is what I mean. So like I haven't been crocheting or knitting or anything, but I have been watching Disney movies. Like my favorite one is Hercules. So I've watched that. I've watched Frozen and Frozen 2. I've watched Pocahontas, Mulan, and The Lion King. I've watched all of those because we got Disney Plus. So that was really fun. The second question was, what are my hopes for the pandemic, and how I think I can help it, or I think that was the question. But I really hope that people continue to wear masks, and I want people to start wearing gloves, because that could also help, because people like to touch their face, people like to touch the food and everything, so that could help prevent it. And people who aren't wearing masks, I really think that they should, because it's not to protect you, it's to protect others from you if you did have it, if you did have COVID. But and then yeah, so I was just hoping for that. And then the third question was what I'm most excited for when we see each other again in person. I have a few things. I'd like to have my youth room. I'd like to go to the sermons. I'm excited for Soupy Sunday, and and I'm also excited for, what's it called? Fundraisers. Because what else is fun than that, you know? So yeah, I'm really excited for that. I'm also excited to be able to go to Canoodle again, which I wasn't able to do. So yeah, I'm excited for all of that. And so the last thing was, what is your favorite song during this pandemic? Mine, I have a few, but I'm just going to keep it to one. Mine has been Material Girl by Madonna. I know it's kind of a cliche, but it's it kind of has meaning, because it's get your work done, basically. Because you're at home and you don't really want to do your homework, you really don't want to go to work and all that, but you got to, so kind of reminds me of that. I know it's not really about that, but kind of is. So yeah, that's my song, Material Girl by Madonna. So yeah, thank you. Hi, my name is Sheila and I'm a part of the youth group here at church. So I'm going to be answering the 3 questions here today. So question number 1 is, what have you been doing with your time at home? And to be honest, I haven't really been doing much at all. I'd say my biggest project was I actually ended up redoing my room, and I got to switch rooms. I got a bigger room and a bigger bed, so that was all good. But besides that, just a bit of schoolwork here and there, and yeah, that's about it. So question number 2 is, what has been on my mind during the pandemic? And the biggest thing is probably, when is my everyday life gonna, when is everything gonna go back to normal? When am I gonna get to go to school again and see my friends again and, spend time with them and just stuff like that. I don't really have any personal concerns. I'm doing all right in quarantine, but besides that, yeah, I'm just kind of curious as to when it will go back to normal. Question number 3 is, what am I looking forward to when I can physically see everyone again? And I'm honestly most excited to just be around other people and hear how their experience was in quarantine and, just be able to socialize in a group of people, because obviously we haven't really been able to do that recently due to social distancing. So that's basically it. Another thing I forgot to mention is I'm actually really excited to attend Pride for my very first time, and I think it'll be a really cool opportunity and a unique experience, and I'm really excited. And finally, a song I've been listening to recently is called Face by Brockhampton. I really like the beat and the vibe of it, and I just think it's like a really chill, relaxed song to listen to in quarantine. So yeah.
Hello, I'm Taryn, my pronouns are they, them, and I'm in the
Youth group?
youth group.
And why are you videotaping yourself today?
Because it's the youth service, and I'm very lucky to talk to you today about what I've been doing
During quarantine?
during quarantine. And I ask you some questions, put it up to the congregation to... First thing I've been doing a lot of during quarantine is schoolwork, which hasn't changed a lot for me because
Why?
I've been doing online this whole year. I feel very lucky that the only thing that's changed is you're home now.
I'm in the way now, yes.
I feel like I'm more in your way, but okay.
Yeah, you never come out of your bedroom, so you're just fine.
The manner. I've been listening to so much music during this quarantine time.
What kind of music?
All kinds. Dude, so much angsty punk music.
I've never heard so much Frank Sinatra either.
Yeah, it's a weird time. And today I tried a whipped iced coffee, or a dalgona, which is 2 tablespoons of the coffee crystals, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of boiling water, and you whip it up, pour it over milk and ice, and bam, you have
Frothy drink.
frothed coffee. It's great.
Yeah.
So, thank you for making that for me today.
My pleasure. Is there anything else you would like to discuss or query?
To query to you all. What have you been up to during quarantine? Has anything changed for you? Any environments that have been different? Any media? The second thing is any media that you've been enjoying? Like
Or memes?
memes, meme media, same thing. Music, anything that vibes with you, and good thing, bad thing, and thing looking forward to, because every week in youth, that's what we ask each other, so.
You also mentioned that you're excited about planning an alternative Pride this year, because there's not an actual in-live person Pride, so...
Yes. I'm trying to organize an online Zoom meeting Pride for my class, but it hasn't been going well because I'm too scared to bring it up, so I just put my email in the beginning of each class, and there's no takers so far.
Maybe there's people in the congregation that would be takers on doing something.
Perhaps. So, out to you all, during this month of Pride, would you like to join me and some other people for some Pride time?
Some celebration of the rainbow?
Yeah.
All the colors, all the time?
All the colors, all the time.
Okay.
Bye Bye from me.
Hi, I'm Matilda, and during the pandemic, my favorite song has been Elevator, because it shows that not everything is awful like you think it could be. What I've been doing is exercising a lot because I got a Fitbit. I really hope that people can that employers can trust their employees to work from home so that we can have less pollution in our earth. I'm really looking forward to getting back to school so I can socialize with actual people.
Hi, I'm Malcolm, and this is my video for the June 7th Sunday service. During this pandemic, I've been doing a variety of things, including I've been going outside in a beautiful yard in the forest. I have been reading books, which I've really enjoyed, and I've been doing school, and this week I was lucky enough to finish my schoolwork by Tuesday, so I have 3 days off. I have also done knitting and some coloring. Here is an example of the dishcloth I am knitting and one of the things I'm coloring. And during this I've been I've been thinking about what I'm doing now and a little bit into what I'm going to do next, but I haven't really been thinking of much of what I'm going to do or what I think should happen after this pandemic is over. But one thing I am excited for after this pandemic is seeing my friends again, maybe making some new friends.
Hi again. I want to share with all of you a song that's been special to me during this difficult time. I first heard it last year at conference. It's by Emma's Revolution, written by Pat Humphries. And this is my version of it, and I've just been learning guitar, so if you see me looking off to the left, it's because I'm still learning the song. I hope you enjoy it. We are living neath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power, some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. And I am alone and I am searching, hungering for answers in my time. I am balanced on the brink of wisdom. I'm impatient to receive a sign. I move forward with my senses open. Imperfection, it be my crime. In humility I will listen. We're swimming to the other side. 'Cause we are living neath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. And when we get there, we'll discover all of the gifts we've been given to share have been with us since life's beginning, and we never noticed they were there. We can balance on the brink of wisdom, never recognizing that we've arrived. Loving spirits will live together. We're all swimming to the other side. And we are living neath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power, some in pain. And we can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings we live beside. And loving we're all swimming to the other side. And loving spirits will live together. We're all swimming to the other side. Now I'm going to put my guitar away and I'll be right back. And I have returned. Hello again. As we do our closing, I just want to say how impressed I've been with the youth. As we've made the videos for this service and I've watched their ideas and thoughts and their perspectives. They're full of honesty and passion. And some people say that the youth are our future, and they are, but they also have really relevant things to say that deserve a voice now. And so I want to thank the youth for being a part of this service and sharing with all of us a glimpse into their room and their music and their hearts and their perspective. So thank you so much. And now we have a special treat. Tree UU has recorded a version of Spirit of Life for all of you. So please sing along if you wish. And afterwards, please click on the link to join us for coffee time. And now over to Holly Noel to extinguish the chalice. Thank you.
We extinguish this flame, but we keep its light in our hearts, with its message of love and justice, taking it outside these walls to the world we live in until we are together again.
Spirit of love.